Hey guys, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Crusader Kings 2, where we are taking what is now the Kingdom of Wales and what I'm going to call the Southern Dukedom of Ireland, and trying to, realistically, trying to conquer what is known as Greater Britain, including Ireland. And if you were with us last time, I was actually able to form the Kingdom of Wales and kick out the Norse from all the territory. In fact, I actually control almost all the counties that make up the de jure Kingdom of Wales, except for Cornwall, which is owned by the petty Kingdom of Wessex. And in Ireland, a very interesting development. I still don't have enough hours logged into this game to say that this is relatively regular. I know that it can happen, but I know that it's not necessarily the norm. But if you see this guy right here, this is King Bishop Tola, the Liberator of Ireland, or Erie, which is Ireland in Irish. So, you know, if you followed the game last time, a very interesting thing happened, and I think I'm probably partially to blame for it because I didn't contribute to the war against the Vikings that are in what is, I believe, present-day Northumbria, really present-day England, but what in this time what would have been the Kingdom of Northumbria. And they took multiple provinces in Ireland, and as a result, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, I mean it's probably fortunately for the people there, but one of the bishops actually rose up, and he is now the King Bishop pretty much of a de jure kingdom in Ireland. So if you look at his domain, he definitely he's created the theocracy of Ireland, and he pretty much has a de jure claim on the entire island. So it'll kind of be interesting. Josh and I, who's playing as I'm going to call it the petty kingdom of Moo, because that's what it is, which is pretty funny. It's this is interesting, and the reason I say this is very interesting in the fact that we've never encountered a theocracy. We've done a little bit of research, but he kind of throws a wrench into the plan because we kind of anticipated that Ireland would be relatively autonomous and relatively independent, and the only thing that we're seeing now is Ireland is anything but autonomous. Well, it is autonomous, but it's united. It's not a bunch of fractured states. So,
it's not united under me, which is the problem.
Yeah, that's really, we'll boil it down. It's not united under Moo. And what makes it even more challenging for Josh and I are there's this raging band of Catholics that keep bouncing back and forth between Wales and this little county down here. And these guys are just a bunch of freaking terrorists. They're out to kill, steal, and destroy. They're hostile towards anything. So the way I would describe them, they're a bunch of angry peasants that are led by, let's see if I can get the name of this guy, because he looks pretty brutal. His name is Brangen of the Catholic Uprising. And he is quite a unique character because he seems to be hostile towards everybody on the map. So we're going to fire it right back up and really kind of see how this goes over. It's definitely creating a bit of a potential problem. Now, like I said, the Catholic Brotherhood without banners, basically, that's roving back and forth, is a problem because they're going to create some issues in terms of what happens when I need to raise levies to try to help Josh out. And I'm a little fearful that what that's going to end up meaning is I'm just going to have to put him down, which I'm not necessarily thrilled about.
Yeah, this is really playing out very interesting and much different than we had anticipated. And hopefully it'll be interesting for anybody watching. Whoa. Oh, my brother who I put in a dungeon died. I'm not disappointed about that.
No. Brothers at times can be very challenging.
Well, my siblings did not fare well. The 5 children that I had to start with, 3 of them are dead.
But that kind of makes sense. I mean, you go back to 900 AD, and your life expectancy wasn't great. Wait, what is going on here? Who is besieging him? Man, in my old age, he has lost the trait gluttonous. Good for him. It's bad for your heart, bro. That odd moment when you look in the corner of your eye and you see the cat dragging something. And it looks like a band of Vikings decided to take on the Catholic peasants, the Brotherhood without banners, and they lost. That is not good for them. I'm kind of curious to see what happens, because it's taking stinking forever and a day, but 24%, okay, that's good. I would love to see them just flat out take that county. Well, that's just great. Apparently my bishops are worried that I'm having too much fun. What can I do? This probably, why not? In our old age, we will become holy again. Even though he's known as the apostle, which is interesting, considering that we have the Lollard heresy and no pagan. Wait a minute, what? Definitely pagan. Ugh. Yeah, this is very... Wait. Raiders? Are you kidding me? Well, you can call out your dang vassals. Say vassals. And he's got a big enough kingdom. He can raise them. No, we don't need to do that. Ooh.
Going on the trade expedition.
Very nice. How do you do that again?
It's just if
random
you do
event.
business, it's one of the events that can trigger. Last time it ended up costing me a lot of money. I didn't get much out of it. I'm going to pick some different pathways this time to see if I can get some more out of it.
Yeah, that's wise. Rather wise.
I've kind of spent the money that I need. I've got... Here's one of my options.
That is quite interesting.
So far it's cost 35 gold.
Quite fast. New important decision. What do you mean? I don't... Okay, I didn't... Okay, that makes sense. Religion. Pope likes me relatively well. quite yet. Alright, your dedication to religious pursuits has been noticed around the realm. Among others, it has quite impressed this bishop. That's great. We'll become good friends. Always good to have close friends.
Oh, snap.
What happened?
So, I just gained 100 gold and 150 prestige, and city taxes, castle tax, and travel tax are all increased by 30%. City vassal opinion plus 10. And that's for 30 years.
That's impressive. What did you do to do that? Because that is awesome.
Wow.
Wow is right.
And I spent 35 gold up front, and then I took a hit to for 6 months, my bishops are minus 15 opinion of me. But that doesn't really change that much because just had to pay 5 more off to. Apparently, I'm rewarding the steward for transporting the money appropriately. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how well that works for Cersei in Game of Thrones.
Right.
Paid off the Iron Bank. That's a great thing. Then borrowed more money from him, I'm assuming. Oh gosh, these wandering peasants. Can y'all please just win your war? 26%. Like, good grief. Tell you, the Norse, they need to send more guys up there. That's what they need to do. They need to keep attacking them and losing battles. That would just make my day. It would make my day. What are you?
What would make my day is this stupid army going away. How are they supported?
Interesting. You are Germanic. That is fascinating. I don't know how they're supporting it. I mean, they're peasants. They're used to not eating a lot. What do you expect? God, it's just beastly. You would think that over time, I don't know, this is like one of the weirdest patrolling random spawns that I've ever seen in a game.
It's terrible for us because it's literally cutting us off from each other.
Yeah. It's not good, I'll tell you that. I would much rather them march through our territory and go beat up on the Norse a little bit, but you know what I would really like, and I highly doubt it's going to happen? I'd like for old Mr. Theocrat over here to go fight them. That would be the best case scenario. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't.
He doesn't seem to be doing much.
Yeah. And you're at war with... truce.
Pregnant? Or she's no wife is pregnant.
Wait a minute. Okay, this is an interesting event. There's an old hermit somewhere in the back country of wherever. I can't pronounce Welsh. who is said to possess great wisdom as well as a razor-sharp wit. Some claim he once served in the clergy. Others say he was a mercenary captain who decided to put down his arms for good. Whatever his past, many seek him out for counsel. Will you? Sure, let's go meet the hermit. Whatever comes... I mean, nothing bad comes from that, right? Ever. Yeah, let's go find this old man. Okay, no, this is interesting. Oh no, this is not that interesting. My wife is captivated by birds. She is crazy. Because birds are terrible.
Get her a bird.
No, she's getting a falcon. Alright, here we go. With a mule as your only company. Okay, I would pick a little different animal, but mule it is. You depart for the hermit's cave. The journey is long, and the roads where they exist at all are in poor condition. Apparently, I'm a terrible road builder. Finally, after reaching the end of a narrow mountain path, you come upon the cave. A ragged piece of cloth is all that shields the entrance from the outside elements. Yeah, this is shaping up to... This is how you die. For a record, anyone listening, don't hop in vans with old men. Because this is basically the ancient version of it. Alright. So the cloth parts slightly to reveal the face of a gnarled old man. Oh man, we just met Gollum. This is amazing. He regards you in silence for a moment with his beady eyes, and then disappears behind the cloth again. No solicitors, he shouts. So basically, I'm gonna tell him that I won't be denied. Alright, so apparently I'm being pushy now. You push the curtain aside and enter the dark cave. Deep inside, you find the hermit seated on a cushion in flickering candlelight. He seems to be in some kind of trance at first, but then he opens an eye. Wow, that's amazing. He can open only one eye and looks at you with mild annoyance. I thought I said, "Oh, spit it out then. What do you want?" So I'm basically going to tell him what I want. And that's where we end it. That is quite interesting. Oh, new one. After much badgering, the old man finally relents and permits you to stay for a few days. Wow, that's creepy. You observe him carefully and learn as much as you can. In the end, his wisdom seems limited to an endless stream of platitudes and maxims. You have memorized many, and at least they will make you seem more learned in the eyes of others. Gain 2 learning. That's awesome. We now have 21 learning, which is, I'm not sure what it's good for.
It helps with the research.
Oh, I don't have 21 learning. Never mind, I have 8 learning. Okay, that is a good improvement.
Guess what?
What would that be?
My 3-year-old son has 6 learning.
Your 3-year-old son is also a genius, and he's freaking amazing. And I'm gonna plot to kill him. That is my new goal in life, to find a way to kill this kid.
Look at that guy. He's gonna be a baller. He's gonna get murdered for sure, but
yeah, I'm gonna murder him. I guess if I declare war on you, then I can go after you and just murder that fool. 3-year-olds are easy prey, right?
7 diplomacy, 5.
Oh, it was awesome. He's pretty stout. I mean, to be completely honest, he's a very stout 3-year-old.
He's better than most of the characters in the game right now.
He's better than 75% of the rulers that I have played with. Not really, but at least 50. Yeah. I can say that I've had a couple that I've started with that were not up to par.
Yeah,
they were terrible.
I think my second ruler was terrible.
Oh yeah.
The only thing he had above 5 was diplomacy to start with. What's my council doing? Are we doing things that are being helpful? That's helpful. That's helpful. That's helpful. Yep, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, God, these wandering peasants. You know, they really are like the buds. Okay, 20. It's 20. Oh God, it's still 26%. I mean, something happened. Oh, someone died. Oh, he died. How sad.
I would have named the daughter.
So who became the new mayor? He was the mayor. Who's the new mayor? What was he mayor of? The city. Okay, that city. Where are you, city? City of... Oh, the new mayor. Likes me pretty well. Okay, I can live with that. Let's see. Chancellor. Looks like it will be this gentleman. Oh, we got 2 12s. You're 42. You're 21. We'll go with the young guy. No, I want you to fabricate a claim. And if you get killed in the process, I'm not going to cry.
Pretty sure this guy's army's getting bigger. I know it's not, but it just seems like.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's definitely not, but Lord, they're problematic. Let's just put it that way. They're very problematic. They're... what are they? It's a roving... Are you at war with anyone? Yes, you are. He's a... Oh, gosh. He's going after Kildara.
Yep. Kildar's been holding them off.
Yes, they had been. In fact, I don't know how though. I mean, he's pretty stout. Let's see, what are his traits?
He's winning every one of his wars, so that's good.
Yeah, this cat is problematic for sure. Alright, you need a guardian. Is there anyone who just hates my guts? You do. Who are you? Alright, well, who could I use more? Let's take a look. Your stats. Are you heir to anything? No. You are unlanded. Alright, well, you will probably go to the church, which means we need to find one of these bishops and let you go have fun with the bishop. Oh my gosh. Alright, as soon as this is just going to be everything about this is just messy. I mean, can this war please be over? 26%. That's just stellar. What a problem. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take out the old Catholic rebellion. I'm not necessarily excited to have to do that, but so be it. So be it. God, that's beyond frustrating. But that's how it goes sometimes. Alright, well, that is good news. That is really good news, actually. What does this do? Heavy infantry? No. Wow. Wow. Well.
Ooh. My daughter's a genius too. Both my kids are geniuses.
That is quite amazing.
So, sure you might want to. She'll be our next generation of marrying.
Yeah, that actually could work pretty well, to be completely honest.
Fortunately, I can't marry her into your primary line, which would be the most helpful, but
I do, well, yeah.
Because then we'd screw up and start inbreeding.
Yes, we don't want that. Inbreeding is bad.
Yeah, the debuff for inbred is terrible.
It's pretty dang atrocious, that's for sure.
I think it's a -5 all stats.
Yo, yeah. It is not good. I know that.
Well, for everybody watching and interested in what I'm doing over here, I am desperately trying to get to feudal so that I can get the inheritance laws that allow me to maintain lands. It doesn't really benefit me to capture land right now because I end up just having to divvy it out to my brothers if I end up having them, or multiple sons if I end up having them.
Well, I don't know if you're watching what's going on here, but Sir Bishop King is doing what we had hoped you would be doing. Is right. This is just... This guy is a problem. A massive problem.
About as big of a problem as it gets.
Yeah. Yes. A massive problem.
I'm also gaining prestige and money to upgrade my holdings.
God, we're going to have to end up having a massive battle with those guys. Because they are a problem. They are a massive problem.
Yeah. For those that don't know that are new to the game as we are, to move to feudalism, it takes tribal laws.
At the
You have
max.
to increase your organization all the way to max.
Yeah.
Which it can only move one slot every 10 years. So that's what I'm really waiting on.
Unless you have a quick turnover of leaders. So like if your main character dies and you just pass the law and your son, your heir, whoever it is, takes over, then he can pass a law immediately. But generally speaking, what Josh is referencing is it takes 40 years to get to that maximum.
It does. Unless you have ruler deaths, which can help speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you may cut that down to 30 years at best.
Yeah.
In theory, maybe 25 if they have short reigns. But on the whole, it is very difficult to get there. And then what makes it even more, with tribal societies, one of the, I'll pause it real quick so we can kind of talk about this. One of the interesting things about tribal societies are you can actually raise a tribal army for 500 prestige. And that's one of the pros that I see to playing as a tribal Christian lord is you can rally the tribes that are of your ethnic group. In this case, for Josh, it would be Irish. Cost 500 prestige. The other thing that's also beneficial about tribal societies is there are buildings within your holdings that you can build for prestige. And that's how you can use that almost prestige as a currency. Whereas right now, the only thing that I can really bank prestige on and use it for is an opinion diplomacy boost, or in the event that I'm allied with, let's just hypothetically say, the petty kingdom of Wessex and the entire Viking horde 2.0 shows up. I can take a hit on prestige by not going to war with them if I feel like it's going to be my utter doom. That's the only benefit that I get right now. But in Josh's case, he actually has some benefit to it. So the other thing that he has to do, though, on top of getting his tribal organization to max level, is he either has to conquer an area that has a castle or upgrade one of his primary holdings to, is it like a stone hill fort? Is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct. So they're kind of it's a two-tiered test that you have to get to, and it's not cheap, first and foremost, and it also takes some time. And so that's what he's trying to get to, because once he gets to a feudal society and he can get castles and he can get towns in his holdings, he will find that his tax base will grow, his potential for levy will grow, his overall defense of his realm will grow. So that's really what he's working on right now while competing against the freaking Pope of Ireland. Pope King Bishop, but we're going to call him the Pope of Ireland because he might as well be the Pope of Ireland. Meanwhile, there are Catholic peasants who have decided that they're just going to bounce back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Wow, I guarantee you that the war score for this province is still at 26%. Yes. Ugh. This is just... Who else are you fighting? You're defending against said revolt. Okay. Maybe if you crush that revolt, you'll come try to fight these peasants. Because they are just... Right now, they're throwing a big wrench and everything.
If we overcome this it's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be really hard, especially for two new players like us.
Oh yeah. But if we, like you said, if we overcome it, it's fantastic. If we overcome it, I mean, it's a big if. I don't think it's a big. Let me rephrase that. It's not exactly a big if. It's just we're kind of in a mode where we're waiting, letting time pass. I mean, my ruler is 55. He is. I think he's in relatively good health. I mean, he's an okay ruler. He's got really good diplomacy score, which is a great thing. He's kind of run of the mill when it comes to his martial score. He's terrible at stewardship and intrigue, and he's just a little subpar when it comes to learning. And, you know, the good news is that his heir is actually better as a military commander, and he's kind of the guy that I'm waiting on to come to power, because he'll be a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield.
Both of our next generations are going to be strong.
You know, and I actually need to look one generation further. His son is actually a relatively... How old is this cat? He's 15. He is... He's not anything to write home about. He's going to be a good diplomat. That is... And he's terrible at stewardship. That's okay, though. That is a-okay. While we wait on more interesting things to happen, around the world, it looks like the Muslims have done a pretty doggone good job. God, my daughter probably hates my guts. I married her off to the future king of Asturias, and they're kind of sitting on an island surrounded by Muslims. Sorry. Oops. It looks like Italy has... Wow. Italy looks very different than when we started the game. Byzantine Empire has lost some territory. Wow, they really have lost some territory. That's interesting. Have the Mongols gotten any bigger? Yeah, I think the Mongols are getting bigger. Looks like most of the Germanic kingdoms are still pagan, which is unfortunate. Some of my problems would go away if they would become good Christians. But yeah, so far it's very interesting. Mercia put down their revolt, and it looks like the King Siegfried of Jorvik is pretty much doing his best to put down his revolt, which then hopefully means once he's done with that, he'll march over and fight the Brotherhood Without Banners, because I would prefer to not be the one who instigates a war against them, even though I think I could beat them, and I know I could beat them. I'm just afraid I would take some pretty hefty losses. And I don't necessarily want to do that. I'd rather someone else take the losses. Meanwhile, the King Bishop of Ireland is...
He's He has a desire for my petty kingdom, so that's not good.
I know. Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could press a de jure claim. And assuming that bishop died. Yes, he did. So my son needs a new guardian. Let's go find another bishop who I need some opinion with. That would be you. And I got robbed. That is stellar. That is just lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But that's okay. Because that is part of it. Please, for the... Wait, did you die? No, you didn't die. 34%. Ugh. Been kind of a dull match so far for me. How are things going in your realm?
Any
better? Any worse?
Interesting. Connacht wants to liberate Flanassen, wherever that is.
They want to liberate what?
Flanacken? I don't know where that is.
How do you spell that?
Flannacan. Flanacken? Flanassen? I don't.
Yeah, I don't see that. Huh. Wonder if that's one of my territories.
Didn't see that. Apparently I could have bribed him to try to make that happen. But I was too afraid to pull the trigger because I didn't... Yeesh.
Tell me about it.
This guy owns 6 titles.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
Sweet. Local thieves guild has been eradicated.
No, that is a good thing.
That's due to my stewardship, which is terrible. But apparently that's good enough to get rid of some thieves guild.
Yeah, thieves guilds aren't good whatsoever. Whoa, Okay, well, Mercia just went to war with someone. Looks like my daughter died of pneumonia in Spain. That's sad. Dang.
Not taking good care of her.
Well, it's not me, it's the Spaniards.
That's what I'm saying. You should go to war against them.
It's okay. The good news is that my other daughter is still Queen of Wessex, so that is good news. Jeez. Seriously, dude. End your war. Oh.
Well, we're about to change our tribal organization.
That's what I'm talking about. Maybe, is it Mercia that's gone to war? I think it is. Who are they at war with? Oh.
Oh. Interesting, the army has... Oh, interesting. He can pull vassals, but they are not strong.
Okay. That's encouraging. That really is. That is really encouraging. Alright.
I can just see only 2 provinces, so I'm not sure, but... Let's see where they're fighting. Going to war against Jorvik again.
Wait, your guy is?
The theocracy guy, the bishop.
I gotcha. I gotcha. I hear you.
Well, in 10 years, I should be able to go feudal.
That is good news. That is actually really good news.
Or the next change of hands.
Oh, that's true. How old is your ruler?
Young. 26. So the good news is he only has 1 son.
That is good news. Alright, Buster, let's see you just kind of pat over here. So he's not as stupid as I thought he was. He's staying put, which is interesting. Alright, Brotherhood without banners. I'm ready to fight you, dude. Yep. And battle is commencing. That's what you get for trying to siege down my province. Oh man, we're definitely gonna break him big time.
Oh look, you can get a good look at the bishop's army, 1900.
Yeah.
And he's trying to siege down.
Well, that is very interesting. It would appear that my daughter...
Where's the cat? Is the uprising over?
Yeah, it's definitely over. I put an end to that mess.
Oh, you took it out.
Dang straight, I'm sick and tired of messing around with that.
Good.
Alright, well, so the King of Wessex is dead. That is troublesome. Albeit not too surprising. But it would appear that East Francia would like... Okay, yeah, that's an acceptable match. We can do that. So yeah, I can beat this guy in the field of battle. I can definitely do that. I'm not too worried about that.
Talking about the Bishop King?
Yeah, the Bishop King. I can destroy him in the field of battle. He does not bother me that much anymore.
Especially with my help.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
I'm gonna have access to about 1,000 troops. Well, 800.
You know, that actually... Let's see, realm. Ah, I gotcha. I gotcha. I really need to fabricate a claim. Really need to fabricate a claim. God, taking on Mercia is going to be a bear.
Famous writer proposes to compose your family chronicles.
Do it. Do it. I tell him, chronicle away.
Interesting, hold on. Word has reached me that an ambitious adventurer, Halad, is gathering men for some sort of attack on my territory. What? Who's this guy?
Sounds like a cool dude.
He looks. Well, his last name is Rogvaldrson. I bet he is a
Nord?
Nord. Where's he coming from? We have an alliance.
Oh, what to do, what to do. We need some claims ASAP. That's interesting.
Do you have a son I could marry his daughter to?
Let me think about this real quick. I believe I do. Okay, because the last one is married. What was her name?
Gilly?
Oh, the last one you married off to me.
Oh. Maybe Evie?
Oh yeah, didn't she die? Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah, that's right because yeah, cause his mother. Let me just make sure about this. Yeah, actually I do. If you look at my youngest son, Prince GWGI. No.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he can definitely be married to her.
Alright.
Let me know when you send it.
GWEGI?
That sounds right. He's 10.
Yep.
That'd be him.
Very good. Close enough age.
Yeah. Hooray! More marriages.
Wait. There we go. Okay, go. Okay, good. Alright, now it's formed.
Alright, I did hear that. Sure, we'd love to. Don't even know what we're agreeing to.
So, yeah, I've got a Nord that's going to come and try to kill me in a year.
Well, that's
Well.
not good. But I do have other news.
What's that?
We are ready to make a cut.
Oh!
So, a little bit of a dull episode in terms of action. From us. Now, for our neighbors, definitely not dull. For the rest of the world, not dull either. So, Well, good God. Oh, my God. Denmark? Ugh. Yeah, that's just terrible. No, you're still pagan. Okay, well, we're going to make a cut here. Thanks for tuning in. Next time, maybe I can get a claim on something. And hopefully, maybe next episode, Josh will be in a position to go feudal. So, if you like what you saw, as always, give us some likes. If you want to see more Crusader Kings 2, Hearts of Iron, and any other game Josh and I decide that we're going to play, or I decide that I'm going to play solo, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. But y'all have a good one, and we'll see you in the next episode.